Well, let's have a chat with someone who I suspect is going to make a real big difference over the coming week. Have you ever done a 24-hour challenge? Back when I was a child, I fasted for 24 hours to raise money for a local charity. I'm not entirely sure I could do that now. I don't think I could go anywhere near what my next guest, Sip Powers, who's based at Dishforth. He is taking on a week's worth of 24-hour challenges. Sip, I'm really pleased that you've pulled over currently. Really, really good to have you with us this afternoon. Just tell us where you are now and what are you doing?
Hi, thanks for having us on. So I'm at Sutton Bank at the moment with a team from the Enduro 7 and we're mountain biking for 24 hours.
Oh, I mean, that sounds utterly exhausting, but that's just day one of your challenge, isn't it?
That's right. So it's called the Enduro 7 for a number of reasons. It is an endurance event. It represents the 7 services, but it also references 7 days. So day one, we're mountain biking. Day 2, we're road biking close to Dishforth Airfield, which is where 6th Regiment are based. Day 3, we are climbing, and we're using a climbing tower now at Newcastle by the Cenotaph. And then day 4, we are doing the Yorkshire Free Peaks, but I'll be doing it twice. And then day 5, we're doing an abseil, and we're just getting confirmation of where that venue is going to be. Day 6, we're paddling on Ripon Canal, and then the last day, we're going to be running 24 hours around Dishforth Airfield.
Goodness me. I do have a question. I want to know why you're doing this, but I do have a question about when on earth you plan to sleep. Do you get any sleep doing this?
No, so that's the whole. So the whole idea of this is on behalf of Combat Stress, and I've worked for about 9 years for Battleback, which is an MOD-led initiative sponsored by a number of charities, and we take wounded, injured, and sick service personnel out on sort of adventure training, outdoor activities to help rehabilitate their physical and mental well-being. And what I noticed in those 9 years, one of the biggest combat indicators for somebody that was having mental health issues was the lack of sleep, the sleep disruption and the sleep deprivation. So that's what this is based on, to sort of see how I can be at the end of 7 days with no sleep, no rest.
Goodness me. Just tell us a bit more about Combat Stress then, and just how important the charity is and what they do to help people.
So Combat Stress are the primary charity that support people with mental health issues, predominantly veterans. There are 2.4 million UK veterans currently now, and they have a number of walk-in centres, but their website allows people to log on. Certainly with COVID and them not being able to have walk-in centres, people can log on, go onto their website, do almost like a little test, an online test, and then it will give them some ideas of what may help them. And then they've got phone numbers where they can call in direct. And they are the premier charity to support veterans and service personnel that are serving with mental health issues. And they've been around since 1919.
How on earth do you get ready for something like the challenge that you're doing? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How do you get ready for that? Do you have to follow a special training plan?
Yeah, so I've been kind of thinking about this for the last sort of 2.5 years, and I've been training for the best part of well over 6 months now, just to make sure my endurance levels are fine. And I have actually done a couple of events where I've stayed awake and trained constantly for about 3 or 4 days. So I know I'm good for at least 4 days. We'll see what happens after that.
How did you feel at the end of those 4 days of training then?
Well, I've got a few of the team around me now, and they're all nodding their heads, and I was pretty compos mentis. One thing I did notice is my legs had swelled up pretty bad, because obviously I've not been horizontal for 4 days. So that's a lesson to learn, and I'll just try and raise them when I get an opportunity.
Are you going to get much of an opportunity to do that?
Well, I mean, some of the venues are dotted around the sort of northwest and the northeast. So the idea is for me to sort of try and sort of raise my legs when we're moving from one venue to the next.
So 2 years in the planning then, Sip. We're about are you about 2 hours into your challenge so far, and it's going pretty smoothly, I'm hoping?
Yeah, so we're 2.5 hours in. We've just swapped the team around. The guys are doing sort of 2 hour stints. We've done about 40 kilometres so far. So yeah, it's all going well. But it's only the start, and we're all conscious of that. So it's a marathon and not a sprint.
How fit do you need to be to do something like this?
Well, Yeah, I mean, all of the guys that are in the team are all serving members, so most of the guys are from 6th Regiment. There's a couple of guys that are from outside the regiment. We're all pretty sort of fit and healthy. So, but anybody could still get out and go and walk, go and mountain bike. Anybody can do that.
Let's have a shout out for your team then, because as you say, it's not just yourself. There are lots of other people involved. So who have you got in your crew?
So here with me at the moment, I've got Flem, Tom, and Chris, and there's a lot of the guys are back at the sort of car park at the National Centre, and they've got a tent out there, and people can come and donate. There's QR codes where it will take you to the website, and you can have a look. And if people want to go on and have a look at what this is all about, they can go on to www.enduro7.com. Find out what this is all about and go to the Just Giving page and help make a difference.
Well, Sif, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. I wish you all the best. I'm sure we will check back in with you a little later on in the week when you're back in North Yorkshire doing canoeing and doing the running. But best of luck with it for now. And a big shout out to Flem, Tom and Chris and all the rest of your supporters as well. Really, really good to chat with you and get back on your bike.
Great. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Look after yourself. Good luck with it. Goodness me, Sip Powers is doing a week's worth of 24-hour challenges, just 2.5 hours into the first one. They're at Sutton Bank mountain biking for the next 24 hours. Then they're road biking tomorrow. They're climbing on a tower. They're doing the 3 peaks. He's doing them twice, and abseiling, canoeing and running. Best of luck. He's doing it for the Combat Stress charity, which we heard there makes such a difference to people's lives.
Make a difference.
BBC Radio York.